Welcome to the Championship Scramble podcast. Today, we're talking about wrestling themes, aren't we, boys?
We are indeed.
I'm joined by Josh.
Bonjour.
And Sam.
We.
Senor.
Yes. Senor.
Me and Sam are going to sound crystal clear, but Josh, despite being the host of the podcast, is going to sound like absolute shit.
Because he's like, I don't want to listen to airports.
He refuses to record on his laptop and only on his phone.
I can't be bothered to go upstairs.
So we're going to do our best.
Shows his commitment, eh?
We're going to do our best during this lockdown edition. And we're going to be talking about wrestling themes. Every wrestler has one. Every wrestler needs one.
I'll have you find not everyone does.
Alright.
Tommaso Ciampa, when he was heel, didn't have a
shut up.
Depression. Every wrestler has one. Every wrestler needs one. And we're going to be talking about the 10 best ones in each of our opinions.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
Sam.
Alright.
Sam, what's your number 10 wrestling theme, WWE specifically, wrestling theme of all time?
Alright, so my number 10, and it might sound strange, but...
Sam?
What?
You just... Josh, did you hear that? You just died.
Oh.
You just said like the same word 3 times and then died. Right, I'm going to keep that in. But Sam, do you want to start again? What's your number 10?
So my number 10 is a recent one.
Yes.
And it's Alistair Black's theme tune.
Ooh.
I really like it. See, I think it really adds to his character. I think
Yes.
it really just makes his entrance even cooler.
Yep.
And also, I think I need a song that has to have lyrics in
Lyrics that you can't understand.
to make it better. Yeah, exactly.
But
Sounds cool.
they fit. They
They're
fit
shouting
well.
at me. I love it.
Yeah, they do fit well. I do like it. My only grievance with that song and all the wrestling songs lately is that they're not really songs. Like, they serve their purpose as a theme, but as much as I like it, it's hard for me to get into it past the lyrics ending. And especially because his entrance is slightly not long, but it's longer than some, and because of that, it does drag on a bit. But it is a good one.
Alright, my point's gone then. Fine. You've just...
No, you can have the point. The point is still yours.
Alright, but...
Josh, any opinions on that?
I do have Alistair Black in my list.
Ooh,
Somewhere.
we'll get to that.
I do, actually.
Well, do you want to say it now, considering Sam said it? You might as well say what number it is.
Well, yeah, mine's at number 9.
Okay, so you could do your number 10 now, or you could do your number 9 now and then do your number 10 next, considering that's the same one.
Number 9 with Alistair Black, so...
Ooh. Is that it? Is that what you got to say?
Just go so, and then you're just like, nah, I don't want to speak.
Josh has no opinion.
I'm a little bit of a confussle here. I'm just trying to find my actual headphones.
So you can actually speak.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're inaudible on the chat right now. Well, while you do that, I might as well say mine. This is one that I thought, from 10 to 6, they're kind of not really in any order, but I'll just say them in order I've got them written down. But this one is kind of like, I thought it might be cheating, because it's technically an actual song. A few of mine are actual songs, but I put Rollin', The Undertaker's American Badass thing. Yeah.
You bastard.
Josh...
That was at number 10.
Really?
Yeah, I put
Because
that way up higher.
I was going to put it up higher, but I was like, it's an actual song, so I don't know if I can justify it being a wrestling thing.
I thought it was brilliant. It worked for The Undertaker.
It does.
Was so funny.
It definitely fits that badass persona.
Yeah, I love that song. It's brilliant.
But
Like, only time he came out on it with his motorcycle, it just made
Exactly. Well, like I said
so
to you
much
this
fun.
off chat, but it was my number 2 and I changed it out. Because I thought it was a bit of a cop-out, so I thought I'd change it out and put it in my honourable mentions. But now the honourable mentions has become a top 10, so it's my number 10.
Yeah.
Josh, any update on your headset?
Well, mine
he's
was
gone.
at number 5.
Oh, really?
Keep rolling. Yeah, I was quite high up. Because I love the song, to be honest.
It is a good song.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit. And it was at the prime of like Limp Bizkit being quality band.
Exactly, and I've listened to it a lot more.
Yeah, and when it was mixed with Kane, it still kind of worked.
Yeah, exactly. Like when they were a tag team.
Yeah, because Kane would do out and do his like demon-y shit, and then Undertaker would come out. Oh, he's back.
Am I better now?
Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah,
I had to get my wired ones.
Nice.
oh God, oh no. How dare have a wire.
Wires.
I
I heard you speaking about Undertaker's theme.
Yes, that was my number 9. Oh, sorry, number 10.
I don't have any of the Undertakers in mind.
Oh, yeah, you and me
funny.
spoke about this on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, I was saying were you speaking about Rolling?
Yeah, I was talking about Roland.
That would have been the one I would have put on my list, but
Yeah,
obviously everyone knows the iconic Undertaker one.
yeah.
I was basing my songs off of relation to character, the actual song itself, so like would I listen to it
Yeah,
outside of the theme? And I was like, I just wouldn't listen, I wouldn't be driving over to your house putting on that.
exactly.
Get pulled over by the police. Are you alright, sir?
It's the kind of thing you'd play in class when your mates are messing about,
Yeah,
and you're like walking into class all hard.
when the teacher leaves the room.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when the teacher comes into the room,
Yeah,
you go,
exactly.
Wow, it's the
Big Show. That's a reference to our teacher who looked at striking resemblance to the Big Show.
Striking. The only thing that he didn't have was the 7 foot.
Exactly.
He was like, what, 5 foot something?
He looked like Big Show's brother.
His mini.
Yeah, his brother who couldn't quite make it. But yeah, we love you, Adam.
Probably in the Big Show.
He's a stunt double.
Yeah.
Right. So, Josh, what's your number 9?
My number 9 or Sam's?
Your number 9, because your number 10 was oh no, your.
My number 9 was Aleister Black.
All right. So what's your number 10?
My number 10 is the DX theme.
Oh, that's my number 2.
Ooh, I didn't put DX.
That's my number 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm proud of? I made the thumbnail for this video before we recorded, and so far, pretty much everyone's logo of someone who's spoken is in this.
Oh.
I think Aleister Black was in it, but I took it out. But he was originally in it.
I had 2 choices for my number 10. It's basically saying DX. I either had DX the actual song, or Road Dog.
Oh yeah,
DX song.
yeah, Road Dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
You better call somebody.
I don't know. I put DX as my number 2 because I thought I just love it as a song. I don't know. I find myself singing it all the time, and I think it's good, fun to listen to, and I think it really defines that generation of wrestling.
And it defines Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definite. But I think I've just got some that are higher.
Yeah, I completely understand. I sort of put that in as number 2 as a lot. It would have been in my top 5, but at number 2, I probably, if I done this a little bit earlier, it wouldn't have been number 2. Maybe it would have been like 3 or 4, but yeah, that's my number 2 at the moment.
Okay,
What?
Sam.
I didn't even put that one in.
Oh dear, Sam.
Fair enough.
No, I didn't.
I can see why it would slip your mind.
Because to be fair, I've never really listened to it outside of wrestling. I've only ever listened to it
That's fair enough.
when on the WWE games or something like that. I
I
just
think-
didn't really like it.
I think me playing WWE games and having it, because you can do the jukebox, and I think me having it in the jukebox as one of the only songs I've got on there probably helps with that because I hear it a lot more.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so Sam, you're number 9.
Oh, my number 9 is Shinsuke Nakamura's first theme tune.
Right, you see,
Before the
I
Japanese
was-
person singing. Just
No.
the thing.
No,
Oh, is it before that?
Japanese
Yeah,
style.
that's what I said.
See, I was gonna put this into mine because I was discussing this with you, Sam. I was gonna put it into mine, but I don't think he had it for long enough for it to be defined as like a great song.
I totally understand that, but I just like the song. I think it really
Okay.
in NXT it was just it's his whole entrance was so good, and people just want to go watch his entrance.
Yeah,
That was
waiting-
what made him so
waiting
cool.
for it.
See,
Yeah, exactly.
for
It was
me,
so great.
because I've been watching wrestling a lot later than you lot. For me, the only defining moment of that theme is at the Royal Rumble. The one who won.
Yeah, for you, I guess, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But no, it is a great song.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's fun to hum.
But then he went to SmackDown
And also, I didn't know that you could do what you could do with a violin like that.
Yeah. It's good
The
shit.
fact
So
that
cool.
they brought out like actual violinists
Violinist.
for his live performances in NXT was great.
And
as well.
yeah, they absolutely smashed it. From what I've seen.
Yeah, it was great.
And
They
at
actually-
WrestleMania, they had the guitarist, didn't they? Do the
Yeah.
song.
Nita Strauss.
Yeah, the shoot goes with Metallica.
Yeah, something like that. One of them. But yeah, she great. And then they ruined it.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then they had the lyrics. But I understood why they ruined it, because they wanted to make him a heel. Because it was quite good explanation, but it was just like
I don't mind his new one.
Out.
I don't hate his
Yeah.
new one as much as you two do.
I think it's because the old one was so good.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I don't know. It's just a bit with his new one.
Definitely.
Whereas he hasn't really done much since being on.
Well, I feel like it's.
Yeah.
I could see how you would say it. So say like if they took Edge's theme song and it's the same song but different, then I guess he would not like it.
They changed the bit of the song. that
Exactly. So I can see what you mean.
Like, imagine it didn't start with "On This Day."
Yeah, exactly. I can see what you mean.
Or it doesn't start with "Do you think you know me?"
Yeah.
Oh crap! Yeah. My
Come on,
head
Josh.
is
Yeah,
gone.
Come on.
I've done 8
Alright,
hours work today.
Kieran, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Voices. And I wanted a Randy Orton theme, but I couldn't decide between Burning in My Light or Burning My Light and Voices. I couldn't decide. But I went with Voices because I feel like
It's more iconic.
exactly, and I just remember it from all the memes and stuff like that. And even though I wasn't watching wrestling at the age where it was being memed and all that, I still remember it from that.
Yeah.
Voices.
And I like Burning My Light, but yeah, it's from a different time.
It also kind of gets stuck in your head.
It does. It's a catchy song.
It's like
The voices in your head.
literally gets stuck in your head.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
And there's no need
When
for
it's-
Randy Orton to get rid of it ever because it's that good.
Yeah, when he's in an intense matchup, the music goes so well.
With him, yeah, exactly.
Like when it's like when it was him versus John Cena, like his music just went so well with what the match was portraying.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it's very rare for that to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great.
I'd say there's only a few wrestlers where their theme like perfectly sums up them,
yeah.
and it's like, I'm assuming we're all going to get to John Cena later, so we'll save that.
yeah.
But obviously you've got like John Cena, Undertaker,
Yeah, sure.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton definitely describes him.
Yeah.
Obviously Triple H. But
Yeah, Triple H. Well, he's had a few, but like that's why I didn't include him. Whereas Randy Orton's got one that definitively defines him.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I feel like Triple H has had a few that define him at different times.
Yeah.
It is one of Jim Johnston's best
Yeah, definitely.
songs that he's made, really, for
And it's
a
a
character.
And it's a full song that you can just listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not like it gets halfway through and then it repeats. It is different. The whole song is an actual song, which sounds stupid to say, but it's quite fun to listen to.
Good.
So moving on.
Has anyone not covered their number 9?
No.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
So
else.
moving into number 8.
Yeah.
Sam.
Oh, to me again.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
Christ. My number 8 is this might surprise you. I hope it does.
I hope it
I
does.
went with Lita's theme tune.
Ooh.
Oh
did
yeah, I love
surprise
that.
me.
I love that sound. I love that sound. It's such a good song. I remember in what WWE game, it just kept repeating. I just loved listening to it, and I wouldn't even play the game. I would just listen to the.
It's
song.
probably because you took every song out of the jukebox and had that one on. That's why I kept repeating.
But yeah, it was so good, and I just remember it, and it stood out between all the divas wrestlers.
Yeah,
back
well,
in the
she
day,
was one of the
and
first
it
few.
made her seem different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really leveled her up over the others.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Kieran, your number 8?
My number 8, and Josh, I feel like you think this is really low for me, but I've put No More Words. Not low as in I'm a scumbag, but low as in like you thought it'd be higher.
Wow.
Yeah, I put
That's
no.
really
Yeah,
shocked
because
me.
like I said, we started this list as a top 5 and then 5 more honorable mentions. So this probably would be like maybe number 6. But
That's my number 1.
Oh really? That's your number 1.
Yeah.
That's
No, number
Oh,
2.
my word.
Number 2, right? I was gonna say.
I didn't even put Jeff Hardy's song in. I looked at it, thought cool.
Yeah.
I thought I don't like it that much.
A lot of
to be
these
honest.
themes are from wrestlers who are like my all-time favourites, so I felt like I had to have a Jeff Hardy one in there. But most of my favourite Jeff Hardy ones are from TNA.
Yeah.
Really?
Like Resurrected and what's the other one? Another Me.
Oh, you. Oh.
So, but I do like No More Words, so that's why I put it at 8 because Jeff Hardy's one of my all-time
It's my
favourites.
number 2 because obviously I think I've got more of an emotional attachment to this song.
Yeah.
Just because purely I was watching wrestling at the time when Jeff Hardy won that championship, his first one back in 2008. And Armageddon 2008 was the first pay-per-view I was ever allowed to watch live. It was
Yeah.
obviously something like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just remember hearing that song and all the confetti going, I'm getting goosebumps now. Oh, it was just such a great moment. So, yeah, I think that's why I've stuck it so high up in my list.
Fair
Just
enough.
because, yeah, it was such a great moment and that song obviously just resonates with me.
Fair enough.
But my number 8, I think this might shock Sam, maybe Kieran.
Oh, go on.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is, Sam? Let's see.
Is it Sasha Banks' new theme?
No.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not.
Ah, damn it.
No, it's Radio for Zack Ryder.
Oh, radio.
Oh, radio.
I
Yeah,
wanted this in my.
You know.
I wanted this in there, but I didn't know where to put it. But I do love it. It
Yeah,
is a great song. Oh, and a voice
The
break.
original, though, not the.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
'Cause-
definitely the album.
When he was doing all his internet champion stuff, that was great. Great.
Yeah.
Top quality.
He's really underappreciated.
Yeah, for definite. Did he get released?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did
Him
recently.
and Kurt Hawkins. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Kurt.
Oh, saying that quick, just side note, I wouldn't be surprised if he was to turn up in AEW tonight. as the
I
mystery
wouldn't
person.
be surprised either.
I reckon
That'd be cool.
someone.
I would like that.
I'd like that.
I think it's going to be someone who got released will be appearing in their mystery AEW thing.
Well, I think if you get released by WWE, you get a 90-day
Yeah,
like,
there's like a certain
people-
time limit.
after. Yeah, if you get released by them. But if you wind down your contract and you
No,
don't
because-
resign, then you can just wrestle afterwards.
It's only for certain people who have it. Because the
Yeah,
Revival
probably in their
got it.
contracts.
Yeah, but I think because they didn't get released as such, they didn't ask for a release and stuff. They were practically fired.
Let go.
I think it's a different circumstances, but hey,
Yeah, I get you.
going back to theme songs.
Yeah.
Radio.
Yeah.
It's just a great song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely fits his character as well.
I can't.
I was
yeah,
literally about to say that.
like that's another one that described his character in 2012-13.
Yeah.
Just his feud with Dolph Ziggler, Kane. Oh, he was like main event, near main event.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Because he was practically at the top of.
Do you not
wrestlers.
remember?
No.
He got buried by John Cena. He got thrown off the stage with
Yes,
Kane,
by Eve
and
Torres.
like nearly. Yeah, exactly. All that happened.
That
He got
was
thrown off the
so-
stage by Kane, and it was just like, cool. And he was out for like weeks until like maybe the build up to WrestleMania, and then all the momentum with him just kind of like stopped.
I always forget though that he's an edgehead.
Yeah, I like him and Kurt Heads.
I remember that. It's so good.
That sounds like a
Back-
modern day
back-
insult for someone who says like they don't like cereal because it's too basic. Oh, you're such an edgehead.
Yeah. I've just had a weird thought. I know this would never happen. But you know that Edge and Randy Orton's match on Backlash.
Oh
whatever
yeah,
it is?
Edgeheads.
Just imagine if the Edgeheads came out and Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes came out for Orton.
And then they announced fucking AEW versus WWE.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Insane.
Would never happen. Anyway, going on to number 7.
Number 7.
Who is yours, Sam?
Have we?
Yeah,
Kieran's number right?
my number 8 was.
Yeah,
no more words. Yeah, so we've all done it.
Yeah, sorry. My number 7 is Christian.
Ooh.
Is Christian?
I was gonna put Christian in here, but I didn't.
Yeah,
But he was definitely one I debated.
I was gonna put him in, but I didn't know. I couldn't fit him in.
Same.
I love Christian's theme. It was so good.
It is a great thing,
Hearing his theme to come out, it's so good.
and it's another one where you can just listen to it.
Exactly. It's just one where it's just kind of easy listening, and you just don't. And it, I would say it kind of adds to the character, but it doesn't really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's a good theme song for a decent press.
It fitted in with his World Heavyweight Championship run.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
There's not much else I can talk about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. For some of these, we struggle. We're doing our best.
But I would rather listen to that than the others that I put on my list.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah.
That's how I've kind of suggested it. Anyway.
Kieran, your number 7?
My number 7. Alright, I haven't put a Triple H theme in here, and this technically isn't one, but I count it as one. I put Line in the Sand. And I wanted the Triple H one in here, but I didn't know whether to go with The Game or King of Kings. And I was just thinking...
The other one, the rap one.
The rap one's alright. The rap one's okay. But I don't know, it's the last song that what they called ever did.
Metallica.
Yeah, not
whatever
Metallica.
that bloody called.
Like, are we disrespecting this?
Yeah, I know, right? I have to look this up. What are they called?
Metalingus?
No, that's Edge.
Oh,
Sam, I thought you'd know this. They're a heavy metal band, aren't they?
Oh, I think it's Metallica.
It's not Metallica.
It's Metallica.
No, it's not. No, I'm looking it up now. It's not.
Close your eyes.
No, I've typed in Line in the Sand on Google and it's given me a picture of an actual line in the sand.
Funny enough, I did the same.
Motorhead. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the last song the lead singer of Motorhead ever did, I'm pretty sure, and it's a banger. Yeah. It's a great song, and I like it. Kind of does sum up the characteristics of Evolution, where it's like, here's the line in the sand, you're either on one or the other.
No, it does work with him, and it is a great theme tune. Like, even though Evolution was a dickhead of a group,
yeah,
it still had a good song.
Yeah.
So
And I feel like
that's probably Trips being like, I want to have a great song.
Yeah, and him and Motorhead
Do you know what I can see?
got along.
I
What?
can see Seth Rollins' group becoming the new Evolution.
I can see that.
That
A
would
new
be-
version of it, yeah.
Yes, obviously Seth Rollins being the Ric Flair person with all the experience.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy being the Triple H. Austin Theory being the Randy Orton.
They
Yeah.
just need a big guy now.
Yeah, Batista.
And a Batista.
And I feel like another reason this is on here for me is because this is around the time I was starting to get back into wrestling and I was trying to catch up on everything. And I was going back through all the Seth Rollins stuff, and obviously I stumbled upon Evolution versus The Shield and all that, and then that factored a big part of it and all. And I just think it's a tune. So,
Evolution is the mystery.
Are we going on to me now?
yeah, your
My
turn now,
number
Joe.
7.
I've said everything I can about that.
Yeah, go on.
I've got Chris Jericho. Break the
I was
rules.
also considering putting Chris Jericho in it, but I didn't, because I didn't know where.
I didn't think about Chris Jericho, to be honest. I never
Sam,
really
you
thought
didn't think
about
about a lot of people, apparently.
No, I don't really.
Sam doesn't
I
care.
saw a list and I was like, I'll copy and paste that. Cool.
Sam looked at like a picture of a WWE cover and just took every name he saw.
That's like,
He just took the first 10.
He just looked at his collection of 2K games and took every person on that.
exactly. Favorite 2K games songs. That's
Yeah.
what this list is.
No, but yeah, Chris Jericho for me, just because it's an iconic song, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it sums him up.
He had it for
Ages,
so
yeah.
he knew it was
Yeah.
him.
And even when he changed it to the modern one, it's the same song, just different,
Yeah,
like differently sung.
So yeah, it just describes Chris Jericho,
Yeah, it
really,
does.
doesn't it? Break
Yeah.
the walls down, because obviously
Walls
he's
of
a
Jericho.
smaller wrestler,
Yeah,
and he was always told like you're never going to make it big, and then obviously
he made it big.
he's like one of the biggest wrestlers
Oh,
ever.
in the industry, yeah.
Like he's probably one of the most underrated biggest wrestlers.
I'd say so.
If that,
Yeah, he's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah,
he's like an underrated goat,
yeah. I know what you mean.
because he never gets put in the categories with like Cena and Austin,
Undertaker.
and Rock and Undertaker. But yeah, he's been through WCW, WWE,
Yeah.
AEW now.
And he was with
So-
the company for ages.
Yeah, and it's like he's done so much
Yeah,
so yeah.
I completely understand.
Anyway, moving on to number 6 is
Samuel.
Sam.
Shit.
That's not a song.
Oh no, I know exactly what this song is. I just remembered. It is a undisputedly great song.
Oh no!
I've got that.
Oh,
one
it's so
before.
great. Really?
Yeah,
I got it 6.
I love that song. It's
I've just
such a
realised that
good-
none of my themes are from NXT people.
Oh no, Kieran.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I've betrayed. I've betrayed you
You've
both.
betrayed your morals.
I have. I'm still easing in on NXT. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
At least it's better than when we started the podcast.
Yeah,
Who's Adam
God.
Cole?
I'd refuse to acknowledge anyone from NXT.
I don't like the Undisputed Era.
I'm still getting there on them lot. I'm liking more than I did, but I'm still getting there.
Why are they?
But anyway, about the song.
yeah,
But anyway, it really works so well with the guys.
with the group.
Yeah. Fucking Adam Cole doing the boom.
Yeah, I like that.
Kyle
Yeah.
O'Reilly doing guitar.
Oh, it's
And-
brilliant.
Oh, the pose they do when all 4 of them are in the ring to the beat
Yeah,
drop.
exactly.
Oh. It just fits so well. To
Well
that group.
choreographed.
Yeah. It's
So well.
it's as if like they've been a group for like 5 years and
Yeah, they're
so-
very in sync with each other.
Could you just make a song for us, please? And someone's just made the perfect song for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember when I first heard it, when I was like, oh, it's a bit not really too sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
obviously, at
No,
that
I was
time you had
definitely-
like Shinsuke and Drew and all that lot, and you're like, oh, this one's it's a bit bog, isn't it? But then
Yeah.
they've sort of morphed the song.
They kind of made it better.
Yeah, they've made with all the additions of air guitar, the boom, the
Yeah.
posing.
Well, they've made it their own.
Yeah, which is very rare for people to do nowadays.
Yeah,
sort
to
of done
work
like
a
how
theme.
The Undertaker's done with his.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
just love the guitar riffs in it. Oh, it's so good. It's just, yeah. If you like your guitar music or guitar rock music, it's just so good.
It's a good one, yeah.
It's whenever you hear that song, it's literally impossible not to move to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just infectious. You just wanna air guitar, head rock,
You
anything.
do want to get a guitar diff.
And a bit like Edge's, You Think You Know Me. It's got the Shock the System like opening. And I feel
Yeah.
like if you
Yeah,
can
like,
work an
it's,
opening,
Oh, the start, the little.
yeah,
That's
I also do think in a song that is important, the start.
yeah,
I always think that you hear that noise and then all the crowd erupts and everyone's just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
him. And
well, yeah. But even with like
it's-
Evolution, they had like the ticking clock and stuff like that. And Undertaker obviously has the dong.
yeah.
Shinsuke had that like
Yeah.
thing.
What's
It worked in NXT though. That, and then
Yeah.
a bad example of it is Ricochet.
yeah, one and only.
Kieran, what's Shayna Baszler's?
Mew mew. It's that figure does in the middle. And every time we hear it, I'll say it.
Mew mew.
Mew mew. I don't know what that sound's supposed to be, but I just
Yeah, but like it's just a great song, and you hear the Shock the System, and you're like, oh, whoa. It's the Undisputed Era.
I mean, I'm not surprised because I know who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going, oh my god, who's this?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but it's like yeah, it's just great, isn't it?
Great contribution
But
there,
it's-
Josh.
Kieran, your number 6.
My number 6 is kind of shocking. I don't think you'll. I don't necessarily
Doesn't shock
think you. It doesn't shock the system for you lot, or it might shock the system depending on what you think. I've put "Stars in the Night" Paige.
You're gonna have to tell me who that is.
Yeah,
Paige.
can't
I said
remember.
Paige.
Huh?
Paige.
Edge.
Paige.
Oh. Oh,
Paige?
stars on that art.
Yeah, "Stars in the Night." Paige.
Oh, Paige.
Oh my god, that's taking you a while.
You
No.
you like cut out and I was
Paige.
like, Age?
Paige.
Age.
Age.
I'll say it one more time for clarity. Paige.
You did it again, you cut out again.
Did I seriously cut out again?
Like,
It
you
cuts out
can't
your
say
P.
Pete.
Oh, the audio's going to be great on this one.
Paige.
Paige. Norwich's own.
Oh,
See,
brilliant.
the mic, all the mic is going to pick up is me saying it perfectly and you two sounding completely
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
confused as to what's going on. So that's a shame.
Yeah.
But yes, Paige.
Anyway.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Hey.
Right, I'll type it in the Discord chat.
Yeah, what do you like it?
There we go. I don't know. It's one of those songs. It's a shame it's not a proper song. Yeah, exactly. That's another one of those things where it's definitive of who they are. And I don't know. I just think it's a tune. I genuinely just think it's a banger. Yeah, I think Paige was like one of the first women's wrestlers I started to like genuinely like. Because Josh has muted himself. We'll just ignore that. Like when I was getting back into wrestling, Paige was like one of the first women's wrestlers I actually liked. Because obviously, as like a 8-year-old, I didn't really care. But like as growing up and enjoying it as an entertainment sport, I don't know. I just think she's a really good wrestler, and I remember hearing that theme and thinking, "Oh, that's fucking sick."
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, that's fair enough.
And I thought I haven't really got any women's themes in here, but I thought I had to have one.
To be honest.
Yeah, I thought I had to have one.
I thought Leah's song is probably the best out of the women's, in my opinion. But yeah, I understand why you put Paige.
I wouldn't say she's.
Because it kind of,
I wouldn't say she's the best theme, but it's my favourite theme, probably.
yeah. It also the scream as well, like at the start.
Exactly.
It's also another thing that you just know it's her.
Yeah, it's like,
It
oh,
worked
it's
well.
Paige. She's coming up.
Yeah, and the guitar, is it the guitar riff? Is it
I
guitar?
think it's a guitar.
She comes out. It's really good
It is
for
good.
a woman's theme, and it was like the first time they were actually taking their songs seriously
Exactly.
and not just doing the old what Kelly's was
Yeah, just like
where a woman would
high
sing it
pitch
it's
and attractive sounding women and stuff. I get what you mean.
Guys,
like
I'm back.
every diva at that stage was just like it
Their
would just
theme
be
was
a woman
interchangeable. Yeah.
always talking about how sexy they are
Exactly.
and shit like that. But that Paige
Just got
song
my
kind
sister
of
here.
like
What do you think of Paige's theme? What about Kelly? It's good, yeah.
Is it good?
It's good.
Thanks, Kaylee.
Yeah, it is. She
Yeah.
likes Sasha Banks' theme just for Sam.
Which one, new or
Fuck
old?
off.
Quick, what's your favourite theme? Bailey's.
Uh,
Not
good
the
one.
new one. The old one.
not the
That's a good
Egyptian one. The
Yeah, not that
Cleopatra one.
Yeah, the old one.
Right, I think me and Sam have like drawn out that point as long as we could while Josh unmuted himself.
alright.
So Josh, what's your
Okay.
number 6?
Who's are we on? Mine.
Yeah, 6, number 6.
I've also got a woman at number 6. The only woman in my list. Can you take a guess as to who it is?
I'm Becky.
Oh, it is Becky Sam.
I was going to say, I was going to get annoyed then.
Wow.
You got that, Kieran.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not our first theme tune from NXT. The diddly diddly.
The Irish jig.
Oh, what a
We should offer a drinking game for the fans to see how every time Sam does that little diddly,
Diddly.
they'd be smashed by the end of the podcast.
Exactly.
It's about the 6th time he's done it. No, but yeah, the Becky Lynch's theme. The whoa.
I thought about it, but I thought as a song, It's not much to it.
I quite enjoy it.
I like it, but I don't know if I would say it's one of my top 10 theme songs of all time.
Oh, I think it goes so well with her character and stuff, especially from when she was
Building up.
not as the man, but
Yeah, pre-man.
It worked well with Steampunk. It worked well with the man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when her first SmackDown Women's title, it worked really well there. When she used to have like the fog machine or smoke machine, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then with the man, it just worked as well.
Do you
'Cause it was
think when she comes back from pregnancy and raising a baby, do you think she's going to have a... If she comes back, do you think she's going to have a...
Apparently she's not.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, do you think she's going to have a new theme?
Also, Seth's going off for 6 months.
Yeah, well, he's got
Paternity.
paternity leave.
Poor WWE, because that, or poor fans. Then we've got Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Come back.
I think that's Vince's. I think that's why Vince has like just realised he's like, at the end of the year, I'm not going to have Seth Rollins or Becky Lynch.
Yeah, you got to build up some...
Oh dear.
Not build it
And
up,
if you think
but like...
Roman Reigns isn't there at the moment either.
Yeah.
So
Not doing very well.
big bad territory there. His two big stars are possibly not going to be there.
Yeah.
True.
Especially with a rival company who seems to just be getting bigger and bigger as the days go on.
Exactly. It's a bad time for WWE at the moment, but also I think a good time for them to like realise a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a very good time for AEW because they seem to be soaring now.
Yeah.
They're getting closer to the 1 million viewers mark, while WWE seems to be.
And I feel like
getting closer to
it's
the
either
million
going
as
to be a bad time for WWE to like, because they're just going to like fuck about and not really give a shit a bit, and then, or it could be like a good wide-eyeing experience for them.
well. Yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
Hopefully, it's an eye widening.
Hopefully,
because then it's better for us.
There's a lot of potential
I
talent
don't-
which they don't use.
I don't have the opinion on the matter because I came here to speak about theme tunes.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry, Sam.
We get sidetracked.
We're
This is
getting
what
there.
these people want to hear about.
We're getting there, right? We're on number 5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sammy,
But
what's
yeah.
your number 5?
Sam.
What?
Number
What-
5.
what?
It's your number
What
5.
do you mean, what?
No, I've already
just
done it. Mate. I've already said it.
Oh, yeah, well-
Undertakers keep rolling.
Right, fine then.
Okay.
Well, my number 5. Josh, you probably thought this would be higher up. It's Burn It Down. That's not the name of the song, I don't think, but that's what I call it.
Five, Kieran.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think the four above it, well, 3 excluding DX, because I've already talked about them. The 3 above it, I feel like are more definitive than Seth Rollins' theme.
There was a solid like month where whenever I saw you,
Yeah, I
just
know.
go, "Burn it
I know.
down."
And
Yeah, that's true.
I still
And
think
you
it's
do
an...
the stomp.
Alright, bear in mind, we started this as a top 5, and I thought, right, it needs to be in there, but it's not as definitive as the other 4, so that's why I put it at 5.
Do you remember when it didn't have the Burn It Down in?
Yeah, I
The
did.
fans started
That's when
chanting it.
I
Never
started
got
to get into wrestling. It was before it had the Burn It Down,
it. Yeah, and you were like, there really needs to be something
Yeah.
there.
and then you kept showing it to me with the Burn It Down, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah, they really needed to put that Burn It Down in, and then the fans just started chanting it. And
Yeah.
they were like,
And
"Oh,
then they were
sorry."
like, well, we're gonna ruin this by making it the key catchphrase.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, even though it was like a forced catchphrase, it kind of did work.
Yeah, it did work.
Helped him, really. It helped the song, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think the catchphrase didn't work because they were doing it for his finisher. It worked with the theme, but not for the finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he'd stand in the corner doing like the Shawn Michaels thing, going "Burn it down."
Stamping his foot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I've
like
got-
Drew McIntyre in the 1, 2, 3.
I didn't mind.
3, 2,
I didn't mind it as a one-off thing, but yeah, the more and more they did it, the more and more it hurt it.
Yeah.
I think if he did it once or twice at like a big moment,
Yeah,
then
they try to force a lot of catchphrases,
yeah,
like Roman Reigns. Did you know I'm the big dog?
the big dog.
I am
Big dog.
the big dog. Like
I am big dog.
the ones that are forced never do well.
Yeah.
I am big dog. You little dog. I big dog.
Like I know Sam's gonna hate this, but Sasha Banks' Boss Time, like that actually did well because it was natural, rather than
Is it really natural when Michael Cole goes, It's past time.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I want
Ear rape.
She had it while she was in NXT, so.
Alright, fair enough.
Right, Josh. Josh, you're number 5.
I've got Mr. John Cena, Mr.
What?
Invisible. You can't see me.
Really?
It is a
Oh, okay. Our number 1s are very different.
Yeah.
Well, you mean like
I,
his main one now? Time is now. That's
you
my
can't see me.
That's my number 1.
Really?
That's one. Yeah, because I'm thinking like if you're trying to define WWE with one theme song, that is it.
Oh no, I'm doing it off of personal preference.
Fair
You
enough.
got a point.
I was thinking like what are the 5 most defining themes, and I was like,
Oh, if we're doing it off of most recognisable, my list would be very different.
Yeah, same.
Like you'd have Hulk Hogan, Rock, Austin, Cena, Undertaker,
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
But why would you choose John Cena's, Josh?
It's just a great theme, isn't it? You can't. Really.
I think we should have a drinking game when you say it's a great theme, isn't it?
It's a very iconic theme. Like you could play it to literally anyone and they'd know it. Just the.
Yeah. No, you got a point. But why is it a number 5 and not number 1 like Kieran's?
Because I've got 4 better versions.
Fair enough. You win this time.
I've won the battle, but not the war.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Kieran?
Yeah, I know. I was expecting him to jump in with a. Oh well, I have it as John Cena's number 1 because I think it's really nice.
It'd be really fun because if he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, boys, I forgot to press record."
sorry about that. My dog was being stupid.
What?
Luna. She was being stupid. I had to go get her.
Oh, Luna.
She was biting everyone. I had to sort her out.
What's she still doing up at this time?
What, Luna?
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't go to bed until my parents go to bed.
Are they not in bed yet?
No, they don't go to bed. Well, it's quarantine, mate. No one goes to bed early.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
true.
as an essential worker, I still have a regular bedtime.
Mate, one stop
So
at the front
that was
line
on
of this
the
war.
Discord at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right, so where did we get up to? What did I miss?
John
We're
Cena.
talking about John Cena.
Oh, yeah, my number 1.
Why is it your number?
Yeah, why is it?
I've said it's my number 1 because it defines WWE as one song.
You missed Sam asked me why it was my number 5, and I said because there's 4 better songs.
Fair enough.
Quality entertainment.
Right, so we've all said our number 5. Yeah, Sam, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Stephen Austin.
He's not even in my list.
He's not on my list,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
understand.
would've
I
thought you guys-
understand why.
The
To be-
glass break.
To be
It's the
honest with
glass
you,
break that will put it
It
in
is
for.
great. To be honest with you, Sam, I've never really actually watched a Stone Cold Steve Austin match.
Neither have I.
Then get out.
Alright, we'll leave the call.
No, I understand why. No, it's
Like,
fine. I
What?
understand that.
It's not my generation of wrestling.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
before mine.
It's not like his matches weren't that quick. I understand that, but I've been watching Bret Hart matches. I have watched his match with Bret Hart and his match with Stone and his match with The Rock. And
Yeah.
I've obviously seen like the
They're
iconic
really
ones, like against Shawn Michaels and stuff like that.
yeah,
I've obviously seen them ones, but
I've played the 2K16 showcase mode. I get the basics.
yes, but he's never really resonated with me.
Same with me. I get why he's like one of the top for all people,
Yeah.
for most people, but for me, nah.
I think it's just because he wasn't from when I started watching wrestling and stuff, and I've never
Well, he's
really.
not from when I started watching wrestling.
I know. For a lot of people, he is though.
Yeah, I've never
Oh yeah,
really
I understand that.
got into him. I obviously just know him as a legend. It's sort of like football. Like when it's like a football legend
Yeah.
from like.
Sorry, what's this
1980.
sport you call football?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I only know rugby.
I respect you because obviously you were at the club and were doing well back then, but I'm not a fan because obviously I didn't watch.
I remember I used to get really confused when my uncle got really mad when a player left Arsenal. I remember I went up to him once. and I was like, Uncle Sean, is Robin van Persie still playing for Arsenal? And he just walked off. He just walked off, and I was like, oh, okay.
You never ask that to an Arsenal.
It's not a very happy 12th birthday today.
Oh wow. But Yeah, I thought the Stone Cold his theme tune was so synonymous with that era, with Attitude Era. His whole the glass break,
Quick into the action and
literally
sorting shit
broke
out.
the ceiling
Yeah.
for Stone Cold,
Well, it's between him and Rock, isn't it?
and it
Literally,
and
yeah.
it works so well with his character as well. And,
Yeah, it does for sure.
I do love Stone Cold too much, to be honest.
He wasn't wrestling all that long though, was he?
Yeah, me and Josh looked this up.
As the main guy, he wasn't that for that
It was
long.
only like 4.5 years, which is very short for a main star.
A bit longer than that.
No, it was less than 6.
Yeah, me and Josh looked it up.
Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's shorter than you remember it being.
It's only like 97 to 02.
It's just because of the impact he made. Like his actual in-ring career didn't last as long as people think it did.
It's like AJ Styles. He's only been in WWE for 4 years, but you wouldn't think that.
And
He was a top star.
Steve Austin did keep coming back and doing stuff, but he wasn't like that. Wasn't counting towards his like career.
Yeah.
But still, I still think it's a great theme tune, and it worked really well. And I think it really, and you know when Mankind wins the belt off The Rock, and you hear the fucking glass break, and everyone erupts. Oh,
Yeah.
so good to watch.
Fair enough.
I wish we could be watching it back then.
I get what you mean. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right.
1998 to 2003. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just under 5 years because it's like the months and stuff.
Wow.
My number 4.
Yeah, that's a lot shorter than you think.
Yeah. Anyway, Kieran, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Metalingus. Or Metalingus, depending how you say it. Edge. Not Page.
Edges.
Not Page, Edge.
Edge.
We're not-
Edge.
We're not getting confused this time, are we?
Edge is your number 4.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, if we're talking about favourites, he'd be higher, but I sort of based mine off, at least my top 5, I thought of, apart from several ones, I went, what are defining? For me, personally, and for WWE. So I thought Edge, he's one of my all-time favourites, and he's doing bits at the moment.
I hated Edge when I was younger.
And he's got a tune of a song.
I
Is that because of the Undertaker feud?
because of that, and because he cashed in on John Cena and kept beating John Cena for the belt, and I was a very big John Cena fan, as you two know.
Yeah.
Yes.
My dad told you. You can't see me.
Yeah, that's true. You can't see me. You can't see me. All parents do that. When
Yeah.
you talk about wrestling, they're like, "Oh, but you can't see me, guy. I remember him."
Yeah,
Right,
so
great. Thanks for that.
yeah, I think like from speaking to other wrestling fans, I think I was probably like the only John Cena fan from that time.
Yeah, well, you were a kid.
I would know, I was like 8, so. But I guess it's like Roman Reigns nowadays.
Yeah.
Exactly. A bit different, but yeah.
Yeah.
But no. Why is Edge so good? Why is his theme song so good?
Because
I put it at number 2.
Oh, really?
It's a very
Fair enough.
It's a very iconic song.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
proven
tune.
one of
Like, it's genuinely a good song.
Again, I think it's literally just when you just hear, you think you know me,
Exactly.
and then everyone just goes.
Like when I heard it at the Royal Rumble, I lost my shit. On this day, I lost my shit at the Royal Rumble when it happened. I genuinely couldn't believe it. And it's just one of those songs where when you hear it, you're like, we're in for a good show.
Kieran, if you think you lost your mind at that, just wait for the day that CM Punk returns. I'd love to see Sam.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking mental.
Every year he's holding out for it.
I can't.
Oh, I think I know what your number 1 is then, Sam.
Kieran, every year I've known you, I've said to you, CM Punk's going to return this year.
Every year, yeah.
Yeah.
Mildly infuriating.
It's like, Royal Rumble's around the corner. Let's see if CM Punk's back.
I think the only year it wasn't said was the 2015 one.
Yeah, literally.
Apart from that, they're like,
coming back.
it's going to be CM Punk.
Epic.
So, Josh, what's your number?
It was Undisputed Era.
Of course.
Nice. Well then, Sam, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Drew McIntyre's.
Oh, I see.
Not his new theme.
Broken Dreams.
Not his first theme, but his
Broken
second theme.
Which was the second
Broken
thing?
Dreams.
It's Broken Dreams, yeah.
Yeah.
I
His
was
first theme was something random, but yeah.
really
But yeah,
thinking of putting it
so
in.
good. It's so great song. I'd love to listen to it back on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great song just to listen to. But it worked well with his character at the time, being the chosen one as well. And how he would break people's dreams. And I really hated him as well at the time. But I loved his theme tune. I was like, God, I hate you, but I could listen to your song all the time.
Yeah.
Great. It's a great song.
Because he was beating up. Who was he beating up? It was like R-Truth, and he was beating up Rey Mysterio and all like at the time. And I was like, oh, fuck you. But fine, whatever. You're doing well. I think it's better than his actual theme tune now. Still.
Yeah. Well, again, I like his theme tune now, but that's all it is. It's a theme. It's a ringtone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And even though I think it's cool, like the bagpipes and all that. But yeah, like as a song, as a cool theme song, a catchy cool theme song, Broken Dreams is way better.
You wouldn't be going around the town centre playing.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't want to listen to that whilst driving in your car.
No.
Exactly, yeah.
I think Broken Dreams you can kind of sing with as well.
You can.
Yeah.
Kieran, you're number 3.
My number 3 is I Walk Alone.
I walk alone. Shit.
Immediately turns into Xavier Woods.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's such a good theme. Fuck, I wish I put it in my thing.
It's so good.
It's a great theme.
And I don't know, like I don't think the lyrics define Batista, but the kind of like
They do. He left Evolution and he turned on Triple H.
Yeah, I guess so. Fair enough.
So when it was his first theme song and it was I Walk Alone, it's him saying I don't need Evolution anymore.
That's fair enough.
Oh, even when he turned like heel, when he had like spotlight down on him, that was him just walking alone.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of worked with that sense.
I changed my thought then. Yeah, no, it does sum him up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the actual like the nature of the song, like just the way it's so like aggressive and in your face. That kind of sums him up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But you know,
and it's with it as well, and it.
Yeah.
The shaking of the ropes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just a genuine like great song.
Speaking of Batista, quick, do you guys remember in one of the games when he's with Melina?
Yeah.
No, which one was that?
Was that in real life? I think.
In real life, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought it was real life. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember it was real life, and they did like a kissing or something. They did weird things like that with John Cena as well. They did
I
that
remember
with,
that.
like, Mickey James.
Mickey James.
Yeah.
And then they broke up, and then Mickey James
They
went
always did that with their top star. They always wanted to make him seem sexual.
Yeah, exactly.
They did it with Jeff Hardy and the blonde one. What's her name? Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to do it a lot with Edge.
Yeah, they did that with Triple H.
They used to do it a lot with Edge, but Edge kind of fit it. And Triple H, they did it with Triple H.
I think that's very iconic, Edge and Lita.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was in their group, wasn't it?
It's iconic for different reasons as well.
Yep.
I remember I was playing. This doesn't tie into themes, but it ties into what Sam said about trying to make all the male wrestlers like really macho and sexual. I was playing. I think it was SmackDown vs Raw, either 2005 or 2006, and there's just like this weird storyline with Edge and Christian, and I can't remember which diva it was. I think it's Trish Stratus, and basically she keeps like going off to shag Edge or something, and Christian just feels like he's left out, and the whole storyline feels like it's building up to a threesome between Edge, Christian, and Trish Stratus. It's a weird.
What the fuck?
It's a weird storyline, and Eugene's involved, and they're all bullying Eugene. It's a weird storyline. I remember it was when I bought my PS2 again, and I bought that game, and I was like, this really just does sum up that generation of wrestling.
Yeah, true.
Just weird storylines.
Very much. What are we on? Number 3 or
Number
two?
three, I think.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Cult of Personality.
Ooh. Sam, is this your number one?
Oh, what a song. That is my number
I
one.
knew it. I knew it.
Of course, my number
I knew
one.
it would be. It's a great song, isn't it?
It's a cult of personality.
I was considering it, but I've never been too attached to CM Punk because obviously it's kind of before I got back into it. But it's a good
such
song.
an iconic song.
CM Punk kept me into wrestling. That is the reason I stayed.
I can see
'cause
why.
I was falling off when it was John Cena versus R-Truth at Capital
Yeah.
Punishment on the main event. I was like, I don't care about R-Truth. I don't care anymore. I
Yeah.
was losing interest. And then when CM Punk did this pipe bomb, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
So-
kind of.
I didn't like CM Punk when I was younger.
I didn't either. I didn't
He
like
beat
it
up
when he
John
was
Cena and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with him.
Josh wrote a formal complaint.
Why has CM Punk walked out the company with the belt? I wasn't happy at that.
I can see why.
I was very fuming. You can't just let CM Punk leave with the belt. It's not acceptable.
Mr. McMahon, can you please sort it out?
I was like, it's just can't be happening.
Exactly.
You can't.
I don't know,
I thought it
that
was
theme
fake.
song just was so synonymous with CM Punk's run, and it just
Well,
and it's so good. Oh.
the day he returns, if he returns, and you hear that, oh, don't know. Oh, the crowd. The crowd will be bigger than Edge's one.
Yeah.
The only thing that really annoys me though, but I get it kind of works for CM Punk because it's been going on for so long. Whereas with Edge, because obviously everyone's like, "Oh, Edge is going to be at the Royal Rumble," and you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." But in the back of your head, you're like, "Oh, I think he might actually be at this one." So sort of But with CM Punk, you know, it's been said every year that he's going to return at the Royal Rumble. So the year, if he actually does, it's just going to be it'll be amazing because in the back of your head, you're not going to be going, "Oh, he's going to be returning this year," because
I mean, I copped to the fucking cult personality when he was coming out in UFC. I popped to that. I was like, oh fuck yes, he's got cult personality. Fuck yes. Oh,
it is a great song.
Oh yeah. Well, those two don't. Well, I'm done then because both mine. Have been
I think we're all done.
I've got one left.
Have you?
I've got my number one.
You've said your number one. It's no more words.
Shit.
Yeah, we finished.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, my number two is DX, and my number one is The Time Is Now. Oh, Josh has left.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. You sort of left. What is?
I was just speaking. I said, Kieran, have you said your number one and
Well,
two?
see, for my audio, all I said was, well, we've all finished because we've all said our number one. And Sam said, what's Josh's? And I said, no more words. And then you just left, and I was like, oh, he's fuming. He's genuinely annoyed.
No, I've still got to say my number one.
Yeah,
Number
it's
two
no.
was No More Words.
Oh, okay. What's your number one?
What's number?
Oh, right. Have you said your number one and two, Kieran?
Yeah, my number two is DX, and my number one is Time Is Now.
I'm just going to give an honourable mention to a song, right?
Right.
So, it's a song that's non-WWE.
No, I'm editing this bit out.
No, it's not that one. It's,
Oh, okay.
It's an actual genuine one.
Alright.
It's a song that if it was a full wrestling list, it would definitely be number one in mine. And it's the Bullet Club theme song.
I've never heard it.
Great song. That is a great song.
You think in all the years I've known you two, you would have shown me that? You've never shown me this film.
I used to listen in college.
I don't
Me
remember.
and Sam used to go up to each other and go, Bullet Club, for life.
I must have just genuinely tuned out. I must have heard you two talking and just been like, ugh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a really good song. So,
Yeah.
But my number one is, I think this might shock both of you, to be honest.
Go on then.
It's AJ Styles, Phenomenal.
Oh, right. Yeah, that has shocked me.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Go on, explain yourself.
Yeah,
Go
you
on.
sound like you shocked yourself.
No, I don't know. When I was compiling my list, I had No More Words at number one, and then what was I doing? Oh, SmackDown came on last night,
Yeah.
and I heard phenomenal. And I was like, that is a great song. And you hear the whatever the sound is at the start,
The chimes.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, it's AJ, and you just get hyped because it's AJ, and he's like one of the greatest, just one of the best of all time.
It is a very good, decent.
I think
And
it's
it
okay.
fits him so well because obviously it's like a Southern song as well.
A Savin.
Southern.
Southern.
Whatever you want to call
So
it.
how did you not say that word correctly?
I don't know.
Alright, age, calm down.
No, I was saying it correctly. I have audio proof.
Alright, age.
Fuck off.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it's it just fits him so well, and everything that even the entrance that goes with it is.
I remember when he came out at the Royal Rumble. I was just thinking about that.
I didn't see him come out. I saw Roman Reigns' face.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, but in the only thing that kills that for me is that that it's out of time, and I know it's because it's a new theme song for him, so he hadn't broken it in yet. But he pulls his hood up too early.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
it throws me off.
You've got the shh and then the hood,
Yeah,
and
I think it is very well choreographed.
it's another thing like the Undisputed Era where he's made the song.
I think if it was a full song, if it was a full proper song for me, it probably would have broken in. But
You see, I can listen to that song.
I can't. I get past the very first. No, I want none, and then after that, I'm like, right, I'm done.
Yes, yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'm saying.
But yeah, I just find it such an iconic song for him, and it's in the history books.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
So there we go. In our top three, the definitive song for WWE for Sam is Cult of Personality. For me, it's The Time Is Now, and for Josh, it's I've already forgotten. AJ Styles.
phenomenal. It's
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Well, there you go. That's what we think.
I think that shows what we think about it. AJ Styles, CM Punk, and John Cena.
Exactly.
The top guy. That's fair enough.
That's pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty
so-
much.
I feel like in a
we
different
think.
way they define wrestling in a way.
Yeah.
John Cena obviously represents franchise. AJ Styles
They
represents
define wrestling past.
AJ Styles represents like physical
2008.
talent, and then I think CM Punk represents like just mic and charisma talent.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, well I feel like we're done.
That's just another podcast down.
Yeah, another quarantine edition down,
I don't know.
and we've
how
made
many
this
more
way
of these.
longer than I thought we would.
Well, yeah, Kieran said half an hour. How
I said
long
half an
is
hour
it?
push. It's now an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh,
Fuck
is
yeah.
that-
I knew we
Look
could
at
get
that.
it done.
I knew we could do it, Kieran.
We could,
Don't doubt
and
us.
we did.
Don't doubt us.
Right,
Yeah,
well.
please, Kieran.
Let's sign off then.
I forgot it used to be called the Budweiser FA Cup.
Sorry. Right, we're gonna leave it on that note there. We don't know if we're gonna do another.
The Budweiser FA Cup. Now, thanks for listening.
We don't know if we're gonna do another quarantine one. We might do. We got what was the other one? Ranking title belts.
Yeah, title belts.
That one
WWE
will probably go on for
title
years if we do that, but we will consider it.
belts. Well, I mean, like, it's not hard. You got the tag team ones, which are basically the same. The Universal and WWE, which are basically the same.
Wait,
The
from
women's,
what?
which
Wait,
are
oh, what you
basically
mean the
same.
current ones?
Yeah, current ones.
Oh, I thought you mean like every single one.
Time.
No.
I was gonna say that's not hard to do, then, is it?
No. But you got NXT as well, and 205 Live and NXT UK.
Why don't we do WWE AW?
How about we just do
New Japan.
all of them? Why don't we just do all
Every
the
single-
since we've been?
Every
Every
single-
single title belt.
Every single WWE belt from 2000 onwards.
That's basically the same.
20 years. Not really.
Here's a little thing. I do actually like the spinner belt.
We'll save that. That's
Alright, on that
that's a
note, we can fuck
teaser.
off.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
a
get
teaser
more
for
to
the
that
next one.
time.
And yeah, we'll end it here. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this,
Yeah,
make sure you watch the
thanks,
others
everybody. Thanks,
and
everybody.
stay tuned. Josh will tweet when we're doing the next one. And yeah, bye.
Bye.